What's going on, guys? Boy Joe 672 coming to you guys a video right now. So, me and Desert Eagle 90 were talking tonight, and he brought up a really good point about Desean Jackson. Okay, Desean Jackson has been thrown the ball by so many quarterbacks. You have Donovan McNabb, you had Michael Vick, Nick Foles. I mean, now Carson Wentz is going to be throwing him the ball. You had Colt McCoy from the Redskins. You've had Kirk Cousins. You've had Ryan Fitzpatrick, Jameis Winston from the Bucs. You've had some quarterbacks that are pretty damn bad throwing him the ball and still excelling. I would love to see Carson Wentz throw Desean Jackson deep. And I'm telling you right now, guys, this is pretty damn dangerous. You have Desean Jackson on the field. Safety's got to respect the speed. Corner's got to, move back a little bit and kind of respect what he's going to be bringing to him. And I have to say, man, you get a good quarterback like Carson Wentz that can extend plays, and with a strong, he could throw probably... he could probably throw 80 yards. Literally, he could probably throw the ball 80 yards, 75 to 80 yards. It's just ridiculous how strong his arm is. And just well it up high, and that's it. You look at Jameis Winston. You look at Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick had, everyone thought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to make the playoffs, and everything was going to be well and dandy until you take the quarterback away, until you know that this is coming from Desean Jackson. And Tampa Bay lost the next 4 or 5 games after the little hot streak they went on, actually beating the Saints and really being stunned by that. Just imagine a good quarterback throwing Desean Jackson the ball and extending plays like Carson Wentz can. You have to defend the dump-off pass to Jordan Howard or Miles Sanders. You have to make sure Alshon Jeffrey's not open. You have to make sure Zach Ertz isn't open. It is totally unfair. It is totally unfair. And, Desert brought up a good point. Can you imagine a good quarterback that extends plays? Desean Jackson is going to be running, finding open space everywhere. And if that chemistry is built up, and Desert Eagle said this, if this chemistry is built up, now, from the start of the first play of this season, the first of the home opener against the Redskins, it might not look pretty in the beginning, because when you get into a game, it's either you have it in the beginning or you don't, like right at the start. Could be a series, it could be 2 series. You can't make a big deal out of it. But you expect, because you're in mini camp, because you're in training camp, because you're in preseason, you develop that chemistry before the season starts. Sometimes teams hit that little hole in the ground when it comes to chemistry in the beginning, okay? We didn't look good in 2017, the beginning of the year. We did not look good. Even to the Kansas City Chiefs game. Did not look good. After making that 60-yard field goal, that 61-yard field goal at the Giants home opener, or our home opener versus the Giants, that's when it all turned around. And the team looked great ever since then. Besides Nick Foles coming in and playing not really 3 great games. We have all the pieces we need. And Desean Jackson is playing with our future quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. An old friend came walking by. An old friend that we thought would come back earlier in his career. That left on bad terms. That left on terms that the fans didn't want. That was released and blamed for things that he didn't do. Now we have that chance with Desean Jackson, Carson Wentz being 100% healthy. I don't give a shit in this comment section who talk shit about Carson Wentz in a bad way, because I'm not all about that. I'm not saying it to give myself hope. I know for 100,000,000% fact Carson Wentz will be to his natural form this year. And then I'm going to say I told you so. So don't flip out if the first series doesn't go well. Shit happens. Chemistry. A lot of new faces on 2017, a lot of new faces. We had a rough start. Then after week 3, we were fine. This year might be the same thing. You got some new pieces. You got half of a running back room pretty much brand new. Tight ends are the same. Wide receivers are the same, besides Desean Jackson. Carson Wentz is not used to throwing to a deep threat receiver. Torrey Smith was that guy, but he didn't really have a great year. He made the catches where they counted the most, and good for him. I have nothing against Torrey Smith. Did a really good job. Didn't have a great, fantastic season, but he was more of a decoy during the season than he was in the playoffs. In the playoffs, he made those catches that he had to make. The ricochet catch in the Falcons game. Then you have the flea flicker in the NFC Championship game against the Vikings. He had a little bit over 300 yards. That's as many yards he had with the 49ers before he came here. And we were trying to get Torrey Smith the past few years. But Desean Jackson and Carson Wentz, nobody can cover Desean Jackson. Nobody. Not one corner in this league can cover Desean Jackson. He might not run a 4.26 like he did when he got drafted, but he still runs a 4.3. He still is one of the fastest. It's not even NFL speed. It's beyond NFL speed and more. Carson Wentz, you put a good quarterback matched up with Desean Jackson extending plays, you are going to have an easy fucking time this year, and you're going to have some fun this year. Now, like Desean Jackson was in the early 2000s, he's not going to be the main focal point of the offense. This offense is different. Desean Jackson knows he's not the main focal point because there's other things that we do. We use running backs. We use intermediate receivers like Alshon Jeffrey. It's not all about throwing it deep. But when Desean Jackson gets open, you're going to see a nice deep ball. And it's going to be real scary. Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, Desean Jackson, Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, Corey Clement, Wendell Smallwood. This top 5 offensive line in the league. It is going to be something fantastic. You just watch. I will see you guys later, guys. Just want to cover up on this. Shout out to Desert Eagle 90. Please sub to his channel. I will see you guys later. Shakes going up. Fly, I'll slide.